Gary Anthony Williams. How are you, sir?
Oh man, look, I woke up fully ready to have a horrible day. I was like, wait a minute, Aaron's going to be here. We're going to be talking some Wondla season 2. Let's just get it done.
Well, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
I
For season two, the setting is a little bit different this time.
no, wait.
Like, we're,
Yes, she's done some. How much, Aaron, have you seen? Because I need to know what I need to fill you in on. And by the way, this is just for me and you, Aaron,
oh, this is just me and you.
not
Okay,
for your
I've
listeners.
seen the first three episodes of season two.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, she's done some traveling.
Mm-hmm.
And but still with that same thing in mind, finding home, finding family, and what that means. So yeah, setting's a little bit different. There's some characters you don't quite see yet, but I think it's okay for me to tell you that I'm not doing well, but I will be back. I'll be strong. I'm gonna be okay. I hope. I
I hope so. I was gonna ask you about like the family and the sort of found family theming in this. It's really strong. I feel like it'll really connect with the viewers. How do you feel about the themes and what that might mean for a younger audience?
That's exactly what I love about this show. It is that one of those, what is that old thing, Aaron? They say like you can choose your friends, you can't choose your
Can't choose your family.
that sort of thing. And this show really does explore what it means to be family,
Yes.
and when friends become family, and the most unlikely of people that you would ever think is your family become your family. Like my relationship to Eva, in fact, like it
Hmm.
very contentious relationship at the very beginning, and because I'd gone through some situations with my real family where they're no longer
Yes.
around. So to bring her into my family fold and her doing the same, and the help that I've given her in the past that we'll get to see in this come back around the other way. So those themes, like you hit it, brother. Those are the themes that make this show so attractive to me, and I think will make season 2 especially uh, attractive to the viewers as well. Yeah.
I mean, Ravinder obviously, has a different life path than Eva does. Like, we all have our own journeys, but I love that this show really, really highlights how we can learn things from people who may not look like us, who may not come from the same place we come from.
Yes.
And I love that there's like this push and pull with Eva. Like, could you talk about like how they're learning from each other, how they're still their dynamic, it continues to
Yeah,
evolve?
in the simplest of ways, from the very beginning,
Hmm.
there was a language barrier between them. Also,
Right.
two different kinds of beings that was there between them.
Yeah.
Two different ways of looking at the world around them, but being able to overcome all of those things to the point where they're not by any stretch strangers anymore, and
Nah.
being able to one by one overcome those tiny little things to go, hey, so much similar between us and similarities in what we need and what we're looking for, that we can do this together. um, it's obviously a beautiful message, uh,
Yeah.
and I got to tell you, we worked very, very hard, and let's be honest, most time actors aren't working that hard. uh, we really aren't. Uh, but we seriously worked hard on this, from me learning some of the language of Rovinder's people, to then being able to translate into her language. We worked hard on like crossing those barriers, and yeah, it's a bigger picture than this is what it is in this animated world, but this applies to the whole world in our real reality here of me and you and my neighbors and friends. I love the message, and it's even more so in this season, because now she's traveled away from that new family that she's kind of made, going looking for the old family, but still needing what she's learned from that new family and their love and their support. I
Absolutely. And
can't
like
believe what a brilliant answer I just gave there.
it was very sharp. It was very sharp. I took
Very
notice.
succinct. I'm very succinct.
I like that. It's a good quote for me to write up. It's like got a lot to it.
You
So
should
in
also write up the quote, Gary Anthony Williams thinks he's succinct. You should write that.
I'm gonna lead the clip with that with this on social. Um talking about world building and building this from scratch, like it's fascinating to hear you say, like you guys had to make these languages from scratch. There are kernels of a world that is similar to our own in Wondla, but a lot of it is really unique and built from the ground up.
Yes.
How is it? How do you build something that doesn't exist, Gary?
Well, I will tell you a couple of things. Luckily, most of that was left to people who are better than I am. Like, there's a whole guy who creates new languages that created the language of Rovinder's people. And
Sure.
to my right, I have like a little file folder with from different jobs, but especially from this job of all of Rovinder's language to the point where I could go, oh yeah, I know how to say that, you know, um, from the very beginning. So you have people creating that world. I actually, when I was on the road traveling, I got to meet with the writer who created the book.
Mhm.
Just that big. I would call myself, I see things in small chunks. I don't have what it takes to create this beautiful world. And you got so many amazing people working on it,
Mm.
creating that from the actors, from Janine, who's Eva, from
Yeah.
all of the actors there, the writers, definitely the creator of the whole series, to Bob's, who's running this show. It is a 100% team effort. And honestly, I think I worked harder on this animated piece than any show that I've ever done,
Mm.
just to make sure it's right. And that's what everybody was always concerned with. Let's make sure it's right and let's put that heart in there. And when things need to be tough, let's not shy away from the toughness either. It's a very real world, and I love it.
Yeah, it feels very nuanced and built out, and I guess, the audience can suss out maybe when we're cutting corners or whatever, so avoiding that's probably a really, really good thing.
Yeah.
How have you mentioned her, right? Miss J. How has your guys' interplay evolved over time, like making the show?
Here's what I love. It was such a stilted relationship at the beginning.
Yes.
Where she was just kind of like a gadfly, just annoying to me. But like being able to see her bring out Rovinder's even sense of humor, not just, all of the things that a father is. When he's got to be stern, he needs to be stern. But then also getting to that point where she can bring out his sense of humor and they have a greater understanding of each other. I mean, that's the beauty of that relationship that's come. Not only is he protective of her, like he genuinely cares about her now. When at the beginning it was like, okay, this is
Yeah.
very much, you need this, I'll get you to point A, and in exchange you get me this, and then I'm done with you.
Mm.
To like, no, 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 I'm here for you. I'm not going to be without you, and if you need me, then we're here for each other. So
Yeah.
it's great
Eh,
to see it fully flesh out, and you'll see in season 2 it's not nearly done, coming full circle yet. So
Absolutely not. Okay, so thank you so much, Gabe. So long. This has been great. I have one final question for you.
yes,
As you are still in
what
peril where
kind of
I
coffee
am.
am I drinking? Is that your question?
Oh, I
I'll
I
t-
wish that was my question. But we know from meeting the writer that this is a trilogy,
mm-hmm.
and we're in part two.
Yeah.
Do you think we're coming back? We want to finish the story, right?
Listen, I'm sure my dear friends over who are producing this show want me to say no, but there's gonna be 58 seasons. I I hope so. They like, honestly, the actors, and I say I'm an actor. I'm not. I'm just the guy who sits in this metal box all day. Um, Honestly, the actors are usually the next to the last person to know. Then the
Yeah.
last person to know is the actor's family. So I hope so, because you just hit the nail on the head with this is a trilogy. And definitely there's more story to be told. So I will be crossing all my fingers, and I will just go ahead and lie and say, yeah, you know what? It's going to be a 900 season show. So yeah, and the good people over at Apple TV Plus will sign off on that. A nine Apple TV Plus. If you care about Wondla the way I do, if you care about April 25th and these 7 episodes that are about to pop up in like 100 countries at the same time, then you'll make sure that this show goes 900 seasons. You have your walking papers, Apple TV Plus. So, do you see how I talk to Apple TV Plus, my dear friends?
They better listen.
I hope
900 seasons
not.
in a movie.
I don't want it to stop. Are you kidding? I love sitting in this booth being Rovinder. Come on.
Gary Anthony Williams, thank you so much.
Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it, man.
No problem.
If you need anything, including borrowing money, just let me know, okay?
Oh, okay. All right.